And we're gonna see if there's anything to this whole divining rod thing. Yeah, they really want to just whoop. You guys see that? I'm totally not doing that. That's so weird. We hit the water line. As you can see, we got a lake. Water line's right there. It's plastic, so that's good. Makes it easier. So we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna have to dig down and patch this when we're done. We're outside my shop, and the reason that we're clear out here and not up there is because we are undergrounding power from this power pole to the house, and then from the power pole up to the corner of the shop there. Problem is, the only thing underground that we have right now is a water line, and the water line runs up the driveway, which is kind of right directly behind you guys. It runs up the driveway somewhere and curves, and there's a water spigot over there. You can kind of see behind that power pole. So the water line goes through here somewhere, and I gotta dig a trench that's gonna cross straight across it. So I got these two pieces of welding wire. I've seen people do this. I don't know what they call it, witching or divining rods or whatever. They call it witching for wells, I believe. But so we're gonna take these two, bend them at a 90, and we're gonna see if there's anything to this whole divining rod thing, where you just hold them out in front of you, and then when you walk around, they're supposed to cross when you cross a water line. So, or something underground. See, yep. I'm really not doing that. See if we go closer. Yeah, they really want to just whoop. You guys see that? I'm totally not doing that. That's so weird. Okay. So we actually want to dig, so we're going from the power pole this way. So let's get you guys closer. But let's try this again right from the pole. Let's start walking from the pole towards where we're doing this on the house, or towards where, or basically where our trench is. And look, they're coming, they're coming. Boom. This is crazy. Yep. One thing, I don't know how far down it is, so I don't know if I should just grab a shovel and start digging and see if I can find it, or if I should just, you know, get the trencher. So we got a trencher reserved for tomorrow. I might see if it's available today and go get it today, but there's some prep I need to do. I need to run my string out, and then I need to scrape away the gravel where the gravel is coming through here. So we're definitely not quite ready for the trencher, but so far that seems to be maybe where the water is. I'm not 100% on that, because it almost seems like it would have to make a 90 to hit that water spigot over there. See, it starts crossing right there. Whoa, that's heavy right there. So, yeah, we need to get our string laid out, get this whole thing marked, get our gravel scraped away, and then maybe we'll just start digging here with a shovel and see if we can come up to it, because running into this thing with the trencher is the last thing I want to do, because then I have to make a water line repair, which isn't the end of the world. It's doable, but I don't want to have to do it. I do have one of those water shut-off things, so I'm going to locate that today, and then once we start digging, I'm going to shut the water off just in case we run into it. But let's start with getting our string. I'm going to get this all marked out, and then I'm going to move this gravel, and then we'll figure out what we're doing here. But let me get my wife out here, because I want her to try this out and see if it works. Alright, so hold them out like this.
Hold on, they gotta stop bouncing.
Don't put your thumbs over them.
Hold on. Steve. Right here's my stick.
Witchcraft. Keep going. You'll feel it when it really does it. Alright, so we both tried this multiple times. I was getting some good results. Not so much, my wife wasn't quite getting the results I was. Like, when she walked back past the first time, they did cross in a similar area, but not exactly. So, we're just going to move on from here, and we're going to start digging. Alright, you can see our two strings here. We got one right here and one right here. Those are the trenches that we're digging. And now I'm going to actually mark them with some paint, if I can find what I do with it. Alright, so we got our line marked. We're not going to have to mess with the grass. But here, where the gravel is, I'm just going to take the tractor and I'm going to scrape the gravel back. Same over there. And then we'll remark our lines, and then we'll be ready for the trencher. We're ready for a trencher. I'll see you guys when I get back with the trencher. Alright, back from the rental place. As you can see, I got a new hat. For spending so much dang money there. Here's the trencher. It goes 4 feet deep, and it is a ride-on. So, speaking of, I'm gonna need a tape measure. But I'm gonna set you guys up, and we're gonna get to work on this. So hopefully, you know, maybe we can return this thing early. I don't know. Fire this puppy up. We are now. We are pretty dang close. We're gonna go. I'm gonna come back forward, and I'm gonna go down another couple inches, and that'll be good. away from this hole. I got lots of work to do here. We hit the water line. As you can see, we got a lake. Water line's right there. It's plastic, so that's good. Makes it easier. So we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna have to dig down and patch this when we're done. All right, guys. It's been almost a week. It's Sunday. The electrician is coming to lay the conduit on Tuesday. So here's what we got. Now this hole, it's looking a little different because I had to go rent that mini excavator. We had multiple cave-ins. After we dug with the trench, we found a pretty big rock down in there. I was able to take care of it with the trencher. Let's see, I think I can show you guys the rock right there. So that rock, man, that's probably really hard to see. That rock is just barely at our 36 inches that we need. So I was able to break that up, had to use a sledgehammer and the mini excavator, and then we had a big rain right the day after that we used that trencher. We had a bunch of cave-ins in here, so we had to, like you can see down there, this was one of the biggest cave-ins where this hole is super wide here. You know, the water just washed away the walls and everything. So this, long story short, well, one more thing. We busted the water line like you saw, and we had a fiasco with that. We ended up not having water for, you know, half a day. And then we fixed it the next day. Oh, you know what? I see a drip. We're not even fixed because I see a drip. That's great. Okay, so we're still battling that apparently. We noticed that the ground was a little bit wet under there, and turns out we have a leak. So I'm gonna have to clean that up and see what's leaking there. And then over here is the biggest problem. We have this huge rock right on the surface. So we need to chip away at this rock, see if we can get it down to about a foot's minimum, and then we have to cover this whole trench with concrete. So, geez, what am I trying to say here? If we can't get this down to, you know, 12 inches, and it's a pretty big rock, it's breaking up slowly. I'm hitting it with the sledgehammer, picking at it with the bucket. If that doesn't break up, we're gonna end up having to go overhead, and there'll just be a pole sticking up there off the building and then going over to there. So that's the plan. You know, I'm working on this with the excavator. Things aren't going exactly according to plan, but when do they? So I gotta go tell the wife about this leak that we still have, and get back to digging. Alright, so I just wanted to mention that obviously the witching for the water line didn't work. I don't know if the overhead power was interfering. I noticed when I was watching the video that, you know, the power lines were right overhead, and that easily could have been it. I've seen videos where this works for people, but obviously it didn't work for me. All right, there it is. This is our other trench. Now, I don't know if I mentioned, but because we can't get this one to 3 feet deep, the conduit has to be covered with concrete. So that's an extra step. Kind of sucks, but I think it's better than going overhead. So, I'd hate to. We got the house going underground, and then it's really aesthetic, honestly, because the height of the wire is like 16 feet. So it's not really an issue, but we're doing this underground. Let's do it all underground, even if it takes a little extra step. Sorry I'm breathing so hard, just been digging. So this part of the project is done. And next we got on Tuesday, so day after tomorrow, they're gonna come out, lay the conduit in, and then I think I gotta bury it partially that day. And then we gotta put some more conduit for a cable, other services, but that's gotta be like a foot above the electrical conduit. So there's still a lot more to do. This project is just barely started. Well, not barely started. It's about halfway for me done. Hopefully burying everything back up is easier. So, man, it's cold. It got really cold here in Tennessee. It's gotten down into the teens, I think, just about. Definitely in the 20s, low 20s in the mornings. But we got some sunshine for the next few days, so hopefully we can get all this done before it rains again, because the rain was a disaster for us. So I'll see you guys once the electrician's out here and they got the conduit in there. I'll show you guys that, and we'll catch up with you on the next little saga of the electrical saga. All right, good morning, everybody. It's been a few days since we've been out here with you, but we're starting to fill in the trenches, as you can see. And I wanted to show you guys what we got going for this trench, because I told you we had to do concrete over it. Well, we talked to the inspector, and this is what we had to do. So I had to put a layer of concrete bags underneath it, a layer of concrete bags over it, and then we wetted it all down, and now we're filling it back in. This trench here, we have to fill it up to about a foot, and then we're going to put our 1-inch conduit for the cable and internet and stuff like that, about a foot from the top, along with a warning tape for when someone digs here in the future. They're going to run into that warning tape. Well, they're going to run into the dang cable line first, but anyways, that's what they want, a piece of warning tape a foot below the surface. So we got to try, and you can see we got a little bit too much in there, but we got to try and get this into like a 1 foot deep trench now. And then tomorrow we're going to lay the 1-inch in and then finish burying it. But getting it to the point where it's up to 1 inch or 1 foot is a little bit difficult, just moving the dirt around, trying not to fill it in. That's what we're doing. So we're getting close on this project to actually having power. We got a box on the shop there, a meter base on the shop there. We got our meter base on the house. All that's done. Conduit had to be redone. We had 2-inch in there first, and then it had to go to 2.5. So, it hasn't been a smooth, hiccup-free process for sure. But we're gonna keep on trucking with it, and we'll check in with you guys later. All right, well, our ditch is filled in up to about a foot. maybe it's a little bit more than a foot. So we're ready for our conduit tomorrow. It's gonna rain tomorrow, so it should be a fun day. But I'm exhausted. Did a lot of shoveling, not just pushing stuff in with the tractor, but just moving it around with the shovel and moving some out. So I am tired. We'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, getting the power hooked up here. All right, so here we are. It's the next morning. We've got our 1-inch conduit. We've got our warning tape. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys what we got going on. So our house is totally hooked up. We got this 1-inch conduit in here for the cable company to come out today, or the internet company to come out and run their wire, which is still up there. So they're gonna run that down today. I'm about to fill in this hole completely so that the power company can come back out and pull that pole, and hopefully they'll pull the pole by the house for me. So I gotta do some stuff on that today. You know, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, this thing hasn't gone as smooth as it could, for sure. But we don't have power to the shop yet. But they're gonna come out most likely on Friday and hook that part up. So they're gonna have to run another piece of conduit all the way up to the top and hook it up and pull it through here. Like this little bend in this thing isn't to code, but it had to happen because there were some mess ups. Not on my part, but you know, stuff happens. So this is ready to have the wire pulled to it and energized now. This is all buried. It doesn't look very good. It's not smoothed out yet or anything, but I'm gonna try and work on that today with the tractor. And I gotta get all this dirt back in the hole. But here's our, I mean, look at this. This is a nightmare to me. But anyways, this is the power to our house. This is the power going to the shop. This is a communications line. It was supposed to be 1-inch. Accidentally, they actually ran 2-inch to the house and to the shop, and then realized that you have to run 2.5 per the power company's specifications. And then we got our 1-inch communications line for the cable, for the internet. And these are for the power company, actually, for the future. They want these communications lines set in place for when they could do, they upgrade some sort of something to read meters or whatever they're doing with it. I'm not sure. But we got everything going, you know. It's working out. It's just been hiccups here and there. And yeah, today I got to fill this back in completely. Try to fix my driveway. And then the next thing we have happening is our excavator buddy is going to come out, and he's going to make this approach to the driveway better. But that's all after this power, after that pole's gone, after all that. So today the main focus is going to be getting this trench filled back in and getting those cable guys out here to get that done. So on Friday, the day after, or tomorrow, the power company could come out and run the power to the shop, pull the poles, and then we can move on to the next thing, which is getting the grading here correct so that we can actually drive into the garage without, you know, bottoming out every time. So yeah, stay tuned. We're gonna get this done, and I'll check back in with you guys later. All right, so I know I didn't get a ton of this, but the trench is filled back in, and I now have gravel back over it so it can be driven over. So that's basically the main goal that we had today. Also, let me show you. So these poles, this one right here behind me, and then this one right here need to be pulled. So I went through here and I pulled out. This is a wire that still has to be run to the new box. It's for this shed out there, over there. So I pulled the old meter base off, and the wire that ran underground and into the house is right there, and then some of the other stuff. So this is ready to be pulled as well. We're going to get a box to put here, an in-ground box, and then run the wire over to the new meter base. Not too happy with this, to be honest with you, but you know, I can add some clamps to it, make it look nicer. And then this, I don't know. yeah, so it is what it is for now, but we're ready to get this pole pulled and then get that hooked up. But yeah, here we go. This is going to be a mess for a while because it's wet and this is all clay, so it needs to dry out for me to be able to really scrape it and get it to smooth out. And then we'll put some regular topsoil over it so that we can get grass growing back there again. This is the pile of dirt that we have left. Thinking that we're probably going to use this to help start filling this in, because we're going to have to fill in quite a bit here. It's probably hard to tell, but this is just, it's not going to work going into the shop. So we got to fill in quite a bit over here, but that's one of the next projects we got going. I still have to kind of smooth this out in here a little bit more, but we're pretty much done with this project for today. So the cable guys are coming. They should be here within the next 2 hours to drop that cable into our 1-inch conduit, run it to the house, get that hooked up, and then tomorrow the power company will come back out and do the power to the shop. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. So it's been a few days since this, and it still isn't hooked up because we're having some sort of permitting problem. The power company doesn't want to hook the power up to the building yet because the building hasn't been inspected or something like that. I'm trying to work through it right now. So stay tuned. On the next video we will do the inside wiring, and I'll let you guys know how this whole wiring saga ends up. Please smash that like button for me, hit the subscribe, ring the bell to get notified of future videos coming out from DJ's Hot Rod and Fab. We'll catch you on the next one.